With Power Book 4, Force heading into its third and final season, the successful spin-off has to include one aspect of the original show that made it so good. The series follows Tommy Egan's fresh start in Chicago, where he begins a new drug empire after the events of Power. Sikora does an excellent job continuing to make Tommy a fan favorite, while also stepping up as a protagonist. However, despite having two successful outings, confirmation that Power Book 4, Force Season 3 will be the final installment means the crime drama has big expectations to deliver a strong ending. The show's quality has remained strong throughout both seasons, with fans and critics responding positively, but Force still has plenty to do before Season 3 ends. Alongside wrapping up key storylines and providing a satisfying conclusion for several characters, the spin-off must implement one key detail that worked so well in the original series, that could help make its final outing even better. While Force has managed to do a great job of standing out on its own and creating a unique story, one aspect has been slightly inferior to its predecessor, which Season 3 must fix. Force's law enforcement needs a bigger role in the final season. The spin-off show has to make the FBI a constant threat in Season 3. Law enforcement has been a staple of the Power franchise and has often played a heavy role in each show, but Force has slightly lacked in this department. Season 2 managed to elevate this with Stacey Marks and Bobby DeFranco becoming crucial characters, but the law still hasn't come down hard enough on Tommy and the other drug dealers in Chicago. Diamond has been the biggest victim of law enforcement as he has constantly had a police presence around him after finishing his sentence, but from a federal standpoint, the pressure on the main characters has still been relatively light. With the FBI agents successfully securing Victor Flynn as a confidential informant, Stacey and Bobby's presence began to increase toward Season 2's finale, and they even set a trap for Tommy and the CBI. However, they were foiled without much trouble, proving they need to be more involved next season. As things stand, the attempt to stop drugs in Chicago hasn't compared to the FBI's assignments in New York, meaning if the franchise wants to add jeopardy around Tommy's fate in Power Book 4, Force's ending, it needs to make law enforcement a much bigger deal in Season 3. Power's FBI threat added some much-needed jeopardy to the show. Power thrived from having multiple different threats throughout the series. Angela Valdez, Lela Loren, and Cooper Sachs, Shane Johnson, in a meeting in Power. Although federal interference has still been a minor threat in Force, it hasn't added the same amount of jeopardy as the FBI brought to Power. Ghost's relationship with federal prosecutor, Angela Valdez, made the protagonist's double life all the more important, as he had to keep his criminal empire away from her. Once Angela found out about Ghost's real identity, it made the show even more interesting, especially as several FBI agents had it out for him and his crew. Law enforcement in Power was also ruthless and underhanded, meaning investigators would often cut corners and bend the rules. Ultimately, this led to many FBI officials losing their jobs or their lives, but the obsession with stopping New York's drug trade created plenty of tension and drama. While Ghost and his gang facing off against other criminals was incredibly entertaining, balancing this with trying to go under the radar of the government is what made Power really stand out. The legal troubles also helped introduce some of the Power universe's best characters, as Joe Proctor joined the show as Ghost and Tommy's criminal attorney and often outsmarted the FBI, which made for some compelling viewing.